Hi everyone, this is Korosh Erfani, and today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. I'm going to talk about the possibility of having the war between the United States and Iran getting closer and closer because after having a few rounds of negotiations that was mainly and essentially useless because we knew that there won't be any outcome. Today, finally, we got more and more certitude regarding an impossibility of having really a good final for these negotiations. So that's why the people started to talk about the possibility of war. And you remember, we have already said that 2026 is year of wars. So people are asking why there would be any chance for negotiations, for an agreement, for example, or maybe let's say a peace possibility. There are many people who are asking this. So let me say that we know President Trump is in a very bad situation right now in the United States. We got the news according to which there are a possibility for impeachment of the President Trump in March 2026. The Democrats gathered enough votes for that. They need two Republican votes in order to achieve it. So that's a possibility, we can say. And another thing is that President Trump right now has to answer to Israel, because Israel had threatened that if there is not really a favorable and advantageous agreement between the United States and Iran, it will attack by itself Iran, right? So, which means that Israel will get the United States anyway and anyhow involved in a war with the Iranian regime. So that's something that's almost sure. And right now there is this discussion, implicit discussion between these three leaders regarding when and how to start the war, right? So that's why we should not really be sure about anything that is related to negotiations or the promise that they are giving to each other. On the contrary, as you can see here, it's a matter of more and more movements. I am talking about the deployments and military movements of weapons, fuels, bombs, planes toward Middle East in order to get ready. Some people even are talking about this weekend as the opportunity to start effectively this attack. Essentially, it's necessary because we have now the information according to which there would be a possibility for the naval forces of China and Russia coming to Iran in the Strait of Hormuz in order to have a common joint naval exercise. And this will be very bad for the United States. So that's why time is really pressing for the United States to do something. Israel, on the one hand, the internal issues, on the other hand, we shouldn't know that the government is going to a partial shutdown. At the same time, we can see the aberration, completely nonsensical attitude of the United States regarding Cuba. President Trump is telling us that they are doing what we can call a humanitarian threat, which means that it is not a matter of oil or whatsoever, but just making an embargo in order to kill the people if necessary until they surrender, right? Until they give up, and we take control of Cuba. So completely nonsensical strategy. We knew that. The strategy of the United States won't be anything but just more and more war, because Israel set it up, and of course there won't be any possibility for the United States to do differently. So that's why I repeat my prediction for 2026. That would be war starting with a with a huge war in the Middle East with Iran. That would be the starting point of a set of war. And don't forget, Israel is looking for that. If you pay attention to what Naftali Bennett, the former Israeli prime minister, was telling us, as you can see here, he is directly threatening Turkey and saying that Erdogan is Turkey is the new Iran, right? Which means that from the moment we are sure about the future of Iran, and the United States taking care of Iran with bombing and destroying and abolishing, completely obliterating this country, now we want to take care of Turkey. You remember we said that the accumulation of the military forces of the United States in the region is such that it goes beyond the military capacities of Iran to defend itself or to counterattack. So we said that this amount of military possibilities in the region cannot be only and only for Iran, but also for other Israeli targets, which are Turkey and Pakistan, and then all the Arab countries. Don't forget that. According to what we have already said, as long as you have an entity that is called Israel under the control of the Zionists, if one day, I don't know which progressive force take over in Israel, that would be something else maybe, but for now we are talking about an entity that is set to start the Third World War. And you can be sure that Israel won't have any other projects, nothing, absolutely nothing, but waging war, waging more war, occupying completely Gaza, then the West Bank, then bombing completely Lebanon, and then occupying completely Syria and going toward Iran in order to destroy the whole Middle East, and from that going toward other countries, as I told you, Central Asia, South Asia, and so on, so that it can establish the global Zionist supremacist governance, right? That's the idea, because they are the chosen people of God, and their God wants only and only war. So that's why we cannot imagine any other fate, any other future, any other outcome for the humanity but war, destruction, massacre, genocide, slaughtering, as long as an entity that is called the Zionist entity of Israel exists, right? Unfortunately, and this is what is going to happen until the whole world can find a solution to take care of that. So I don't see that in the coming decades, right? So there is only one possibility right now through the war that Israel and the United States are going to trigger. There would be a possibility for putting an end to this madness, total madness, in order to save the human species, on Earth, in order to save humanity. Otherwise, if the world cannot really take care of Israel, I am pretty sure that Israel will put an end to the human species for sure. There is no doubt about that. We are going to talk about that more, but get ready for the deadliest war of the 21st century for now, at least for the beginning of the second quarter of the 21st century. The deadliest and the bloodiest war is coming. Thank you.